Department of Human and Child Services. Um, there were about 12,753 adoptions reported in 2009. Now, I know many of you guys aren't thinking about adopting a child or forming a family just yet, but maybe you know someone who has been adopted, or you know someone who has adopted a child, or you know someone who's in the process of adopting. So, um, today I'll be explaining the different kind of adoptions available, and then I'll be talking about the process and the cost, and then I'll finally explain about standards and who can adopt a child. So first of all, there are 5 common kinds of adoptions. First of all is inter-country, which means that both the parents and the child are born in the United States. There's international, which means that the adopted parents or individuals are adopting a child from another country. There's closed, which means that there's no contact with the birth mother. There's open, which means that there's contact prior and after the adoption. So the birth mother gets to have periodical visits with the adoptive family. And there's semi-open, which means that there's contact with the birth mother, but through a third party. And this third party is usually an agency that provides information such as the name of the adoptive parents, but they don't provide information like the phone number and address. So now that I've told you the kinds of adoptions, I'll explain the process and the cost. So the process, it usually takes, depending on who's adopting the child, it takes about 2 to 2.5 years. So in the first 1 to 3 months, the individual or the couple must inform themselves about adoptions, attend workshops, seminars, and read about the different kind of adoptions available. During the next 3 to 6 months, they must research what kind of adoption they want, if they want an open, an international, a closed, or if they might open. From 6 to 9 months, they do what is called a home study, and home study is where the adoption agency goes and has periodic visits with the adoptive parents, and they just check what kind of environment the child will be living in. From 9 to 12 months is when the actual process starts. So it's when the parents start looking into agencies and they start looking at the kids that are available. Sounds wrong to say kids that are available, but the kids that are available for adoption, and they start choosing like what age they want it, or if they want it from their same race or from another race. And from 12 to 24 months is when they actually receive the child, and when they have it at home. And now after the next year, from 18 to 30 months, they must attend court. And in court is where they give them the actual birth certificate of the child, and the legal rights of parenting go into action. So now I will tell you about the cost. So in the United States, for adoption, in an inter-country adoption, the cost is between $5,000 to $40,000 for an adoption of a child. For an international adoption, it's usually $7,000 to $30,000. And now this cost includes services from the agency, such as travel expenses, requirements, because each state has different requirements, and usually they have to give payments to the state. And for the agencies, the type of adoption depends on the cost too, because then they'll have expenses from the birth mother, and the age of the child is also important and is a factor in the cost, and the court costs, the time they have to go to court and stuff like that. So now that I've told you about the cost and the process, I'll tell you about who can adopt the child and the requirements or standards that have to be met. So who can adopt a child? It's usually people from the age of 25 to 40. Some agencies work from people from the age of 25 to 50, but it's usually 25 to 40. And this could be single individuals, married couples, domestic partners. It could be a gay couple, and it could be lesbians. It's usually harder for gays and lesbians to adopt a child, and in the U.S., there's still gay and lesbian couples in the states of Florida and Utah are not able to adopt. So, so first, who qualifies or what kind of standards they have to meet? Each agency has different kind of standards that have to be met. Some of the questions like they ask themselves are like, is the home clean? Like, is the environment safe? Has the individuals committed any are they emotionally stable? Like, are they not crazy and will do something bad to the child? Like, all that depends, and the agency always, each agency has a different requirements and standards, because some agencies don't work with older people, even though like there's certain older people that want to adopt, they don't like to work with older people because of the age. So now that I told you about the kinds of adoptions, the requirements, the process and the cost, remember that it is always important to give a hand while you can. And by adopting a child, you're giving them love, support, and a better chance of life and success.